What is going on, everybody? Bradley here, and before I start today's video, I just want to say thank you for stopping by my channel, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, everything, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you like what you see. But anyways, guys, let's get right into the story. So, this takes place about, I want to say a year or two, maybe 3 years ago. But anyways, I have a job in town at our, at Dairy Queen, where I live. You know, we make ice cream and shit, and I absolutely hate that job now. Still work there today, been there for like 2 years, but gonna be honest, I do not even like it one bit anymore. But anyways, so one day I was at work, and all of a sudden the phone rang. Nothing, you know, nothing weird or anything. The phone just rang, and my manager picked it up, and she was talking to the person, and she's like, "Alright, Bradley, somebody needs you." And so I picked up the phone, and it was like somebody trying to prank call me. I really didn't understand. They just kind of was like, "Hey, is this Bradley?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Alright, you're a faggot." And I was like, okay, whatever. And so they didn't even use a private number, so I just kind of like wrote down their number, and I was like, I'll just call him back and say the same thing. So anyways, I, went through my work day, and once I got off of work, I had that number with me, and I called it a couple times. I was like, "Who's this?" Like, "Fuck you, who's this?" And they were just kind of like trying to, I guess, troll me, even though they just kind of sounded retarded. And it really, like, didn't get to me too much, but I was like, I'm gonna find out who this is. And so I did a little digging around, and I eventually found out who the number belonged to. And I was like, I'm gonna go show up at his house now, because it would be funny, like, he's calling me, he's talking shit. If I show up at his house, it's gonna scare the shit out of him. That's pretty funny, right? So I go about finding out where he lives, and I showed up at his house, and we, like, knocked on the door. Nobody answered, and so we just kind of waited outside, because I was like, I'm gonna scare this kid, And we were just kind of waiting outside my friend's van, waiting for them to, I don't know, come home. It didn't look like anybody was home. He could have been home. He might have saw me. Who knows? But anyways, eventually somebody came home. We watched them go inside, and I went up to the door again. I knocked on it, and this, like, lady, like, opens the first door, and then there's still, like, a screen door in between us. But she just kind of looks at me, and all of a sudden she just starts yelling and freaking out. And the reason is because she just kind of saw us chilling outside her house, and I guess, whatever, kind of suspicious, but I was literally, like, 13. I don't understand the need for the yelling. But anyways, so she started, like, yelling, and she was walking very, like, she wasn't running at me, but, she was, like, picking up her speed, walking at me, and so I, like, ran away, got in my friend's van, and we, like, kind of sped off a bit, and she ended up calling the cops on us. She got her license plate, and she called the cops, and so I had the scanner on, and I was listening to this, and they, like, ran my friend's license plate over on their little computers, and, yeah, they just kind of, like, said his name over the scanner that we were listening to, and we just were like, well, fuck. And so what we decided to do then is go put away the van, go get bikes, scooters, whatever. And so he went home, and he put away the van, and on his way home, he ran into a cop, and the cop just was, stopped him, obviously, and asked him, what's going on. And we just kind of told him what happened. We were like, yeah, we're just looking for somebody, whatever. And so he was like, oh, okay, I mean, not too big a deal. You kind of freaked him out, whatever. Have a nice day. And so we were like, okay. So, we got back on our bikes, scooters, whatever. We were going around town. Again, we were, it wasn't our main focus to find this kid, but all of a sudden we got these messages on Facebook from the lady from the house, and she was like, come back here, we need to talk. And we went back there, and I actually recorded this. I don't think I have it before. I'm not going to put it in the video, because I'm sure there is, like, a lot of information in there, like addresses, names, everything, and so I'd have to do a lot of blurring out and bleeping. But anyways, so I, like, had my phone out, and I was, like, recording as we went up to the house, and I was like, alright, let's go talk to her, but I'm going to record, and I'm not going inside. I'm staying outside. And so we were, like, staying outside, having an argument with her, and eventually we explained the reason why we're there, and then she actually told us where that kid was, and explained to us that he doesn't live there, his friend does. So then we went to where that other kid was, And we went outside his house, and we were just waiting out there, and I called him a couple times. I was like, hey, I'm outside your house. You want to come out and talk to me now? And it was just kind of funny to me. But then what they ended up doing is they hung up the phone and went straight. They must have hung up and just went and dialed 911 right away. And what they did is they actually told the 911 operator that we had, like, knives and shit, and we were, like, waiting for them outside. We were going to attack them or something. And so we're waiting outside, completely unaware of this. Just, like, you know, kind of bumming around, just talking. And we actually didn't, like, plan on hurting the kid at all. And so we were about to leave and everything. And all of a sudden this lady walks up, and it's actually that kid's mom. And she was like... excuse me, she was like, what's going on tonight, guys? And I was like, well, I mean, your kid's talking shit. I showed up at his house. That's basically it. And she's like, alright, well, I'm sorry to say this, but the cops are on their way. And she, like, shows us her phone, and I was like, okay, they're not gonna do much. I mean, whatever. And so all of a sudden, as soon as she said that, too, a cop pulls into this alley, turns on his lights. I turn around, see more cops coming, and there ended up being about 7-8 cop cars. I kid you not, there was about 7-8 cop cars completely surrounding us at the end of each alley, around the block, and then they had like 3 right in front of us with their spotlights on and everything. And so once that first cop got there, he kind of got out, and all the cops were walking up towards us. They got out of their cars and everything, and he's like, so what you got in the bag? Because I had a backpack on, and he asked me what I had in the bag, and I just kind of looked at him weird, like, you know, really? Come on. I'm 13 years old. You guys, like, this shouldn't be a big deal at all. I don't even know why you're here. That's just, like, kind of the attitude and the look I had on my face. And he was like, okay, well... how about you show me what you have in your bag? And so I was fine with that as long as he's not going to search himself. But I opened it and I showed him. And this cop was such a dick. He saw that I had a water bottle in there, like a little shaker cup. It was actually a G Fuel cup. But he saw that I had that in there, and he asked to smell my G Fuel shaker. Like, come on, is some 13-year-old kid gonna be walking around town with a bottle of vodka, just swigging, getting hammered? It didn't make much sense to me, but he was just kind of being a douche, you know, asking very serious questions, searching me. He was just being a whole douche about it. And eventually they went and talked to the other kids, and I don't even know what they talked about because they wouldn't let us be around for that. They had like 2 officers sit outside with us, and eventually at the end of the night, we ended up getting let go because they couldn't pin anything on us. We literally did, like, absolutely nothing. And they came up to us at the end of the night, and they told us, you guys don't need to be calling us out here. We don't have to deal with this. And I was sitting, I told them, like, what do you mean? We didn't call you out here. We're not bringing you into this at all. This is, like, some middle schooler fight. This is not some, like, gang war. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a little incident, and it caused, like, a mass response. And, yeah, it was just kind of funny. But the cops were super pissed off at us for coming out there. And, I mean, when it was kind of their fault for doing it, I don't understand. But, yeah, anyways, so at the end of the night, we ended up getting let go. And we just kind of went back to my friend's house. We all slept there. And, yeah, woke up. Day was good. It was a good time. But anyways, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's life story. If you did, please drop a like down below. And remember to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time.